So I can understand why people like these Teslas so much, even though I've been harsh on them, because it does drive really well. All things considered, I mean, this would be a great just daily driver car, and it's got... Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video I'm going to be reviewing a 2022 Tesla Model Y Performance. First and foremost, so a huge shout out and thank you to the Southtown Imports here in Sandy, Utah for giving me some time with this Model Y Performance. Check out the inventory in the description down below. This Model Y is for sale. They also happen to have a Rivian R1T. They have all the cool electric cars right now. It's pretty crazy. So yeah, just check them out. And then on a side note, if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below. Let's get into the video. So let's go over some performance figures quickly with the Tesla Model Y Performance. We have 450 horsepower and then 471 pound-feet of torque with a full electric driving range of 303 miles. So here's the front of the Model Y. First off, we got some windshield wipers for some reason. No extra charge for those. But anyways, you guys can see storage space is great, and that's one of the cool things about electric cars is you actually do get a frunk, and that's all. So we're just going to close it. Now let's go to the front of the Model Y. You guys can see this is finished in a metallic gray color, which I never see on Model Ys. They're always white. And so this is actually pretty unique to see it in metallic gray. But you guys can see just large flat hood. Got the Tesla logo there in the center portion. And then we've got the full LED lights. You guys can see there with the headlight off to the side. Definitely a cool, unique look, but it's unique to Tesla, right? So anyways, parking sensors here on the front end, and then notice how it's mostly closed off except for at the very bottom portion, and that's just to help out with aerodynamic efficiency. And then you can see the fog light right there, and again, it's gray. You never see them in gray. So coming around the side here, we've got two 55mm tires wrapped around 21-inch wheels in the front, and then two 75mm tires wrapped around 21-inch wheels in the back. And you guys can see the design on the wheels. Not only looks cool, but it again helps out with aerodynamic efficiency. And we have the red Tesla brake caliper. And then here's a quick look at the front suspension. Notice the molding here for the fender, and then also the fender flare. And then you can see the little camera here on the side. We have a mud flap on this one, and then plastic molding all along the bottom. Body painted mirrors, and then you have the door handles that are flush with the bodywork, which is kind of a cool thing. And then you can see the setup there on the rear also has a red brake caliper, because again, it's the Performance. There's your full side view. Okay, so popping here into the trunk area. Ooh, this one comes with a bunch of rubber floor mats too, and the cloth ones. What more could you ask for in life? Anyways, tons of storage space here in the Model Y. It's really cool. And then you guys can see here for the seats to lower them down on the sides, so that's another nice little practical function. And other than that, that's everything for the rear. So you just got to press this button up here and it'll lower back down. Now let's finish things up here with the rest of the rear. So you guys can see here with the carbon fiber spoiler, very subtle. Got another Tesla logo here, got the dual motor logo as well, parking sensors, and then there's not much else to go over, so there you go. Now here's the door panel in the rear. You can see there's padding here at the top, and then we have the inserts here on the side, and then more padding down below. Look at the stitching. Window control, you know, normal stuff, and this is just to open up the door because it's an electronic release. And then here are the seats. So you can see, pretty simple with the leather seats. And we'll pop in. Look at the legroom. And then headroom as well. You can see a little storage pocket right there. A couple vents, some more storage down below. And yeah, again, simplistic. Let's head to the front. Now here's the front door panel. You can see again with the padding, and then the insert here off to the side, and the padding down below. Again, door latch release. We got our window controls here, and there's a quick look at the mirrors. And then here are the front seats. Again, you can see with the leather, really simplistic from a design perspective. No perforations or anything, so they'd actually be pretty easy to clean off. The padding on them is very nice. You've got your power adjustments on the side, pedal layout down below. And then you can see we've got the wood trim here on the dash. And then this is just rubber here at the top of the dash. But I mean, it all kind of matches. But let's pop in. So now here is the steering wheel in the Model Y Performance. Again, pretty simplistic, nice material use though. And you've got these controls here that control different functions depending on what you select here in the center screen. And we have our windshield wiper stock, and then we have our gear selector. And that's also your turn signal stock if you guys are wondering. But anyways, there's the steering wheel. Now this is where like 99% of everything in the interior lies. Not from a size perspective, but then from just a functionality perspective. So first off, I love how the previous owner made this just like chrome purple, basically. But you can see there's different things you can open, including the charging port. And then like we can go to the climate control, for example, and go, you know, it's pretty hot outside right now. So we'll increase the vent speed a little bit. And then, you know, we'll also lower down the temperature a little bit as well. And notice how you can direct where the air goes, which is pretty cool. Shortcut buttons here at the bottom. And now that I'm looking at this, I just reviewed a Rivian right before this, and it's like Rivian pretty much just copied Tesla with their whole setup with like little shortcut buttons at the bottom and everything. Kind of interesting. But you got that vehicle tab, you press that, and this is where a bunch of stuff lives its life. So you guys can see everything here for like to open up the glove box, for example. Pretty simple. You have to close it yourself though. But you can see like pedals and steering, right? This is where you're going to change your drive modes, for example. Then you're charging, you got your autopilot, and then just everything here is in the infotainment system. And then last but not least, we'll go over the camera system. So we got a backup camera with trajectory lines. They do turn with the steering wheel, and then notice the other viewpoints with the camera system. So, you know, overall, it's solid from a camera perspective. When I pop into drive, it doesn't pop a camera on. And also the mirrors do tilt down in reverse, so that's another thing to mention. But that's a good old infotainment system. Now you can see the storage space right here, and then I love this that you just click back and it's for the little charging port, and then just click it again. It's pretty nice. A couple cup holders, and then we have the center console, pretty normal setup. And then you can see the padding here, and then down below as well. And then finishing things up top, just like most electric cars, we have a glass roof. And then traditional mirror, nothing crazy happening there. And that's all. Now in terms of pricing, it's going to vary with the Model Y performance depending on options added, but original sticker price with most Model Y performances is going to be over $70,000, even over $80,000 in certain cases. And with that being said, let's drive it. So let's go over visibility before we set off. Here's your visibility over the hood, both of the mirrors, then throughout the rest of the rear, and let's set off. Off in the Model Y Performance also, you get a turn signal camera, which is pretty nifty, but you do have to definitely like press the turn signal like pretty hard for it to actually turn on, which is kind of interesting. Right now I've got it in the, well actually we're gonna go to the sport mode. Actually no, we'll do chill. We'll do the sport acceleration a little bit later in the video. So right now we're in the chill mode, and just look how like slow this is compared to sport. Full throttle or full pedal, right? Because it doesn't have an engine, so there's no throttle. But anyways, when you put it in the chill mode, it's just like not fast at all, which is so interesting. But yeah, I mean, and I'm glad that they have that mode. Now that being said, we're actually gonna turn here. So taking a little turn here, let's kind of talk about seat comfort and all that. So first off, the seats, really nice padding on them. They are pretty soft as well, so I think Tesla did a good job with seat comfort. Still in the chill mode. Okay, we'll go into sport mode for you guys, for you Tesla acceleration junkies. Handling's great. That's with most electric cars, even though they're heavier from a weight perspective, because they, you know, have a lot of the weight lower down in the car, right, low center of gravity. They handle very well. Regenerative braking means like I didn't use the brakes at all coming up to that stop, if you guys are wondering. Like it just slowly rolls to a complete stop, which is great. Steering's in sport mode too, so it kind of feels a little bit heavier. This is quick. This is quick. Now I just drove a Rivian R1T before this, and so we'll see when I go full throttle on this if it feels as quick as the R1T. That'll be kind of, I know they're not necessarily comparable, but they're also pretty similar in price. From a new price perspective, the R1T has a much higher price from a used car perspective because people want that way more than this. It's a much more desirable vehicle than this. But anyways, continuing along. Yeah, I like how this drives. You hear quite a bit because you don't have an engine. It's so interesting. Yeah, it steers really well. I understand why people love Teslas. I know I've been one to kind of be, you know, a little bit negative on Teslas, right? I've been kind of harsh on them. So I can understand why people like these Teslas so much, even though I've been harsh on them, because it does drive really well, all things considered. I mean, this would be a great just daily driver car, and it's got such solid acceleration that if you need to pass someone, then, I mean, you can. Like, you can seriously pass them at a very quick rate, and that'll lead us into, well, getting a crazy acceleration, and then we'll sum things up here with the... You have to really press that turn signal to get it to go. Kind of frustrating. But anyways, let this Range Rover pull out. Okay. Yeah, it's quick. It is quick. It's not as quick as the R1T, though. I can say that confidently. Not as quick as the R1T. I know that has a lot more horsepower, but you know, it's still for, you know, scientific purposes, had to see. But fully summing things up with the Model Y. First off, granite, you know, whatever this granite metallic paint is, looks great. I love it. It doesn't look like every other Model Y out there that's finished in white. Interior is very, you know, minimalist, but it's nice. But again, I know I'm comparing this a lot to the Rivian, but I just drove that. That had a much cooler looking interior at a very similar price point, you know, new to new, right? So that kind of, you know, feels a little bit weird, if I do say so myself. And then from a driving perspective, it's quick, it's comfortable, it's great. Like, Tesla makes, you know, despite everything I've said in the past, they make good cars, right? They do make good cars. I guess that my only gripe with the Model Y is, you know, sometimes there's some build quality things, panel gaps and all that kind of stuff with Model Ys from what I've seen. And I wish Tesla would just make the cars more attractive looking. Like, look at this. Look how beautiful that is. And I'm just saying, Tesla, you can make an EV that's practical, and you can make it look good too. That's going to sum things up for our video on this 2022 Tesla Model Y performance. Again, a huge shout out and thank you to Southtown Imports here in Sandy, Utah for giving me some time with the Model Y. Check out the intro in the description down below. I'll see all of you in the next video.